Be me. Working 2 jobs because fuck it, why not? Get time off from both for in the woods trip. Spend 2 weeks away from everyone. Have a semi-permanent spot set up in the middle of nowhere. Has creek running next to it I used to keep beer cold. Shoot funds, drink, hunt rabbit, fish. On first night see some strange lights in the sky. Hear fighters scream overhead. Sounds like not my problem. Remember I'm still in my IRR window. Might be my problem soon. Hear something moving at edge of camp. Yell at it to fuck off. Hear something run away from camp. Last night of trip now. Smoking cigar and having second to last beer. Debating living here permanently. Hear something splashing in creek. Hear beer open. I didn't open it. What the fuck? Unholster Beretta 92 FS and turn on weapon light. Pointed at spotting creek. No one there. See basket I used to keep beer submerged. It's not submerged. Check inside. It's been desecrated. The beer I was saving for drive home is verified me a possible Kia. The world be cruel at times. Do a scan of the area. Notice tracks in the mud. Bare footprints smaller than mine. Damn beer stealing bitches. Hear a squirrel start chattering above me. Hear second squirrel chatter back. Hear a beer open. Wait. Look up expecting to see a squirrel trying to drink my beer. Nothing. Hear someone gagging behind tree not above me. Hear beer bottle drop. Shine light back down. Hello? See a cute girl peek from around tree except she's green. Wave at her. She waves back. Ask what she's doing. She stares at me. Ask if she needs help. Still staring. Ask her if she's sorry for killing my beer. She shakes her head and runs off. Shrug it off and go back to fire. Have another smoke and go to sleep by fire. This is true for all large NATO armies. The bigger the army, the greater the bureaucracy, and the more degenerate the officer corps become. Be me, a legionnaire. Get told we're getting sent to CAR. Get thrown all around France for pre-deployment training alongside the regular army. Everywhere the same fucking picture. Tough, aggressive, motivated enlisted and NCOs getting dick punched by moronic, weak officers with delusions of grandeur. All they do is kiss ass 24/7. Finally, we're in CAR. End up under a young lieutenant. 25-year-old, inbred, gorilla-looking motherfucker raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. His family owns a fucking castle and his father is a retired general. Piece of shit cannot run a single mile or do 20 push-ups, but spends his free time calling over Legionnaire NCOs with 20+ years of service to impart on them his wisdom and life experience. He also wants to get a medal out of this deployment to show daddy what a good little boy he is. Takes on the shittiest assignments, drives us mercilessly, fucks up multiple times, almost gets one of our guys killed. Forces us to capture a terrorist hideout, which is actually just a regular mud-hit village in which regular Nogs live. We round them up, he orders us to confiscate their weapons, rusty machetes used for everyday work, files a report about neutralizing a terrorist cell. Spends the next week strutting around happy. Then we end up in a shootout, aka some niggers take 3 potshots at our VAB from the bushes and run away. Lieutenant drops on the floor of the VAB and immediately pisses himself. Orders a helicopter evac, gets flown to base, we get a replacement, an old sergeant who's okay. Deployment ends, we go back. Y'all got abe shitting.tiff. The lieutenant is now a captain, got his shiny medal and has been attached to our regiment on a permanent basis. If you did not rise through the ranks on merit, you have no right to command troops, end of fucking story. I just realized I actually have once. Be me. High school senior. Only times I've ever messed with guns at this point was shooting one R-mag, a Glock, a Springfield XD40, a hunting rifle, and a Mosin. XD is my dad's immediate home defense weapon. We don't have any other weapons at this time. Be Christmas break. I have the flu. The whole family has the flu, everyone is down for the count. My dad is deathly ill with the flu mixed with Guillain-Barré. My cousin works from home in our house because she has shit internet in her house. I'm basically stoned because I'm so sick. It's 6 a.m. I've been asleep 2 hours downstairs. I hear weird noises at the door. Door makes its distinct opening noise. Brain switches to PowerShell threat assessment mode. It's Christmas morning. Cousin shouldn't be here, it's not her. Gun is 1.5 feet from you. I grab the gun. I run through the living room, through the kitchen, and just as she rounds the corner I'm there, pistola in hand. We laugh about it now, but it turns out it was really Christmas Eve and she was working overtime, which she told my dad about but not me. I did really well though, despite having no real familiarity with guns outside of video. I had it pointed at the ground, low ready or whatever, where you're still holding the gun like you're aiming down sights but not pointing at your target, and finger off the trigger. No sweat either, with 2 or 3 hours sleep and being fucked out of my mind with the flu. Oh, and if you want to compare scars, you know, since we're here and all. Be me. Be mid-30s. Virgin. Only recently became has guns. Father passed in '09. Mom passed this last March. Neither went quietly. Mom bled out over 13 hours. In my arms. Dad suffocated over 9 hours from a collapsed lung and Canadian medicine. BTW, I'm an illegal. In for prejudice. Y'all would never, and I mean ever, peg me for an illegal. But still have all the problems being an illegal entails. Live with my sister. BTW, she has pulmonary fibrosis. No friends. Just 4chan. Extended family doesn't really like me. Not without reason, I'm flaky as shit. Also really quiet. Some days I think, if there were a button I could press to vanish from existence. A button I could press to make it so I never existed. I don't think I'd be strong enough to not press it. Be me. Forgot to renew my license last week. All license is now invalid because license expired. No eating license, no sleeping license, no license to leave the house. Starving. Decide to eat 1 bag of crisps without license. Just as the cheese and onion crisp approaches my mouth, my door explodes into splinters. Jolly noise day for a crisp in it, governor, shouts the Bobby as he tases me. No license to collapse to the floor but do so anyway. Arrested. In jail. Still no sleeping or eating license, so stand up and sip water, no gulping license. Finally court date arrives. License to fair trial invalid. Charged with 37,962 licensing infractions. Sentenced to life in prison. License to die revoked. MFW. No, but I did have a gun drawn on me once from some retarded folks in my neighborhood about 2 months ago. Be me driving into my neighborhood, GF is in passenger seat. We both see cute dog walking in the middle of the street, see that he has a collar. Pull over to try to see the information on his collar and he immediately runs into my lap. I call the number but there is no answer. The address is literally down the street, so I put the dog in my GF's lap and drive a block down the road. Knock on the door. No response. Knock again, this time a little harder. They even had a Ring doorbell which I tried to talk into and say that I had their dog. I hear somebody scurrying inside, I figure it's no big deal and it's probably just a scared kid or whatever, hop back into my car. At this point I'm reversing and hear my GF say what the fuck. I look to the left and this old man is staring at me holding what I think is a G43 in his left hand with a thigh holster. Lol. He is from the next house down. I roll down the window and I ask him if this was his dog. He breathes a sigh of relief, hand him the fucking dog at Mach 1. I step out of my car, ask him WTF why he pulled a gun on me as he stammers in fear and holsters his pistol. The lady from the original house comes out screaming asking WTF he did blah blah and I'm standing there between them like a retard as he screams back something about calling him in a scared voice or something like that. At this point it's all a blur. I realized what almost happened and my head went into fight mode where you can't remember shit. He says something about being sorry and going to kill her, not literally. Turns out I messed up the address and knocked on the house next door and somehow scared the lady that was inside for whatever reason. I just hop in my car and drive home, which was 2 blocks down the road, nervously laughing to my GF. That's fucking bizarre. No good deed goes unpunished, I guess. Be me. An apartment. Trying to finish one last commission for the evening, but Krita keeps crashing. While I'm waiting for it to restart, I hear footsteps outside my door. Freak out a little bit because it's like 8:30 p.m. Then I hear a beeping noise. It was just a late delivery guy. Bring package inside, but when I return to my desk I have a message. It's from the commissioner whose pic I'm currently working on. Pic related is MFW, he wants to change it. Instead of the bunny from Zootopia arresting his OC, he wants his OC shot dead and have the bunny plant a gun on his corpse. Tell him it's going to cost more. He offers $1,000 if I do a detailed color. I accept and spend the next 2 hours trying to draw a gun on some edgy dead guy with spiky hair and 26 leather belts. Fucking furries, man. Be me. Search and rescue. Out looking for someone in the snow. End up camping down for the night. We just used tarps because they are easy and minimal. Wake up the next morning. Get ready to brew some tea, don't need coffee, shits in the middle of a search. Holy fuck. Cougar tracks all around our camp. It still blows my mind that someone would wear high heels out in the snow.